Today we have some unfortunate news, guys. Unfortunate news to talk about. Actually, we do have a lot to discuss in this video, like tons of different little segments throughout this video about the future of Pokemon, about wins and waves, about Poketopia, because we just had more official announcements that just dropped from Pokemon and Nintendo and everything. So we also do have some other rumors and other leaks to cover in this video about, like I just said, the future of Pokemon. So with that being said, I would love to know your opinions about this topic because I feel like it's a heated discussion, and I know you guys have some very interesting thoughts. So after watching this video, please let me know. Right before we hop into it, subscribe to the channel to help reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers. Guys, we are so close. Let's see if we can hit our sub goal today of 10 subscribers from this video. All right, let's get right on to it. All right, so I just want to talk about the first little bit of information here. And I know a lot of people probably will click away after seeing this or reading this news, but I promise you the other stuff is going to be worth the wait. So just hear me out. Just hear me out. All of the biggest game-related Pokemon news for this year apparently have been revealed. We don't expect a new Pokemon Presents until February 2027, which makes sense because that's going to be Pokemon Day. So the next Presents may actually literally just be Pokemon Day of 2027, meaning we would only have one Pokemon Presents throughout this entire year of 2026, which I would say more often than not we actually get two Pokemon Presents, because one in the beginning of the year, for Pokemon Day, and then we usually get one maybe like summertime, August-ish, around there. I don't think that there's a specific set date for that second one. I think it's just kind of whenever they want to, sometime during the summer or like late summer. And we do know exactly why this is happening. So we did have a leak from Ball Guy who claims that the game is completed. Like Winds and Waves is basically done. The only thing that they are working on with this game is just the quality. Apparently it's just like going through the quality checks and everything like that to probably get rid of the bugs and the glitches. At least that's what I would assume that means, because we all know Scarlet and Violet, bro, that game, oh my gosh, had so many bugs and glitches. What is interesting though is I actually get a lot of people commenting on the channel that say that they never ran into any issues while playing, but dude, I had tons of issues. It was insane. So let me know, did you guys have bugs and glitches and random stuff happen to you in Scarlet and Violet, or was your gameplay perfect? So obviously, as we all know, Winds and Waves was supposed to be dropping in 2026. The original plan was actually 2025, but then they pushed it to 2026, and then they pushed it to 2027. Games nowadays take a lot longer to develop, which is normal, and a brand new generation of Pokemon should definitely 100% be taking a couple of years. We want the games to be as good as they possibly can. So honestly, like, I'm down for the wait, but it is concerning that the game is already done apparently, but they're still deciding to release it in 2027, and it makes you wonder, what could the culprit be? Why did they push it back to 2027? But Central did say all the biggest game-related Pokemon news, meaning we are going to get other Pokemon announcements for other things as well, but on top of that, they did say biggest, which makes me wonder, like, the smaller stuff. Like, of course, they're going to drop the Poketopia DLC in the summertime, that's when the first wave is going to drop. So technically, that will be more news and stuff whenever that does drop, because there's going to be new content and stuff that we don't know about in that, but I would expect some other little random things plopped in here and there. And before you guys get too discouraged, they could still totally change their mind and do something with a new big Pokemon announcement. Dude, I swear, a classic game is going to make its way onto the Switch and the Switch 2. I just have such a good feeling, and I know Jazar does as well, and I just know most of you guys do as well. I swear, the classic games are one of the most popular and hottest topics right now with Pokemon, because every time anyone talks about it, people have so many opinions and so many ideas, and I love it. I love reading what you guys have to say about that stuff, so I still think it's possible they could drop a classic game this year, but at the same time, it would be understandable if we didn't, but I just don't know, man. I don't want to give you guys false hope or anything. I just am saying, like, my personal opinion is I could totally imagine us getting other news and information this year, not related to Winds and Waves, but still, they could totally change their mind and give us a trailer for Winds and Waves, but the odds are probably it's just going to be Pokemon Day of 2027, but Central is saying that the reason why that we're not getting any more news is just the simple fact that the game is over a year away, and Nintendo, they don't really like to talk about games that are so far away. So with that being said, sometimes they do announce games way ahead of time. Like they did announce ZA way ahead of schedule. Same with Winds and Waves, they announced that game way ahead of time. I believe Tomodachi Life was about a year beforehand is when they announced it from the time when the game actually came out. But it sounds like what they're trying to do is just honestly wait it out, and because, GTA 6, bro, GTA 6 could very well be the reason why this game is pushed back if the game is fully done. Like, the game is fully done, bro. Game Freak, give it to us. Just release it in the summertime. I swear to do just as well as all the other big, new generation Pokemon games do. Honestly, what do you guys think about that? If they did drop this game in the summer, how would you feel? I would be okay with that. I would be 100% down, and low-key, I would actually probably enjoy that even more. I remember when we did get the first announcement date that this game was dropping in 2027, we had a lot lot of rumors out there of people saying that it may actually drop the first half of 2027, like anytime between February and I guess August, I'll say. So that's not happening anymore. I definitely do think the game is going to be typical like November-ish, and I believe we did even have a source come out to say that it is going to be like a November release or like end of the calendar year kind of release. Somebody's saying there's got to be 30th anniversary news at World. Well, yes, TCG and Champions news are very likely to be there. Basically saying like those are not major announcements. So yeah, we will still be getting announcements for Pokemon. Okay guys, I'm sorry for yapping about this too much. I just feel very passionate about this right now. But I also want to say this, we will still get leaks. We will still have reputable sources online, you know, random leaks here and there that are going to be accurate and real throughout this time up until Winds and Waves is going to be coming out. That's just how it always is, and it always has been, and probably always will, because there's always going to be somebody on the inside, like some inside source giving out information. So we will still be getting news and leaks about the games leading up to it, of course. So, but of course the wait, you know, it is hurting me a little bit. How do you guys feel? You guys find a wait? We did literally just get all these insane announcements, which I actually want to talk more about on the second channel. So yo, make sure to check out the second channel in the description down below. I basically post my Nintendo side of things over there, like all things Nintendo that's just not really related to Pokemon over there. So check it out. But yeah, we have all these announcements. Let me know which one you're excited for. I gotta go with like Zelda, bro. Zelda Ocarina of Time and the Poketopia DLC. So we definitely do have a lot of games to tide us over until Winds and Waves. Soul Silver Art saying maybe this is dumb, and I'm not saying that we should have expected anything this month, but if there were no leaks, the average person would be expecting a Winds and Waves trailer this year. I don't think that we should be complacent in asking the Pokemon Company for another one in 2026. I feel like the fan base just accepts that there will be nothing. Then the Pokemon Company are not pressured in any way to give us anything either. Like if they know we expect nothing, then they're off the hook. If you do keep up with these leaks, one of the biggest revelations we've had about the Pokemon Company marketing operates is that they change really big things last minute, which is really true. And I feel like Nintendo and the Pokemon Company have really been like this more so recently, like doing everything last minute, I swear, because of leaks. Like they probably are doing that intentionally, but at any moment they could change their mind and decide to make another trailer or a teaser for Winds and Waves, or maybe just reveal a new Gen 10 Pokemon, which is true because of the fact that in Poketopia, the DLC, the first part of it is dropping in, I believe, August. Which, by the way, here is the DLC. It's $35. I'm hyped. I absolutely love Poketopia. I cannot believe I love this game so much because I actually wasn't even that excited for it before it released, and I am still addicted to it. It is still my go-to game to play when I have time to play a game, so I love it, and I'm stoked for the DLC, especially the fact that it seems like it's a pretty big DLC. I mean, hopefully it's a lot of extra content for $35. But anyway, my point is, in this Poketopia DLC, we're obviously getting more Pokemon added to the game, which hopefully does mean even more brand new Pokemon. You like literally brand new Pokemon. They could totally put in the Generation 10 starters into this game. They could totally even give us a new Pokemon, Yellow Shellos, maybe, because this is the game that has heavily teased a Yellow Shellos dropping. And I also gotta say this, the leaks were 100% accurate about the Poketopia DLC, so I just had to say that, because every time we get big leaks, there are so many people that just say it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, and then guess what? Time after time again, we see these leaks get confirmed. There will be 3 new parts of this DLC with new towns and everything, so I could imagine them putting a Generation 10 Pokemon in this game, or some sort of brand new Pokemon, like Yellow Shellos, like I just said. It would be such a cool thing, especially since, you know, it's like underwater theme. I feel like it just makes sense for Yellow Shellos to be in this DLC. And if not, then I could totally see a Yellow Shellos coming out when Generation 10 does. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but I think that we do need to be vocal about it and keep bugging them for those ideas to become more real. Should be expecting more, in my opinion. To be clear, I'm not talking about the game's release date. If they want to release it later, then whatever, but I don't think we should accept the fact that they will not give us any new news on it, even if that's their current plan. It's your 30th anniversary, keep us hyped for Winds and Waves. I couldn't have said that any better. Soul over here is literally right on the money. He is spot on. That is exactly how I feel, and I feel like a lot of you guys also feel this way, because I don't care that the game is coming out in 2027. I really don't. Like, obviously, I would like to play it this year, but I actually don't really care that much about it being released in 2027. I'm more so upset about the fact that we don't have any news or official, like, trailers and stuff, which, like he said, it is possible they could change their mind and do something. They could do, like, a last-minute Pokemon Presents any day, and they could give us a little teaser because, like I said, maybe they have other announcements they want to show off, or maybe some sort of classic game they want to bring back again, which I think is possible just because it's the 30th anniversary. It is just so weird that it is the 30th anniversary, and yeah, they are doing a lot with everything. Like there's TCG, there's, you know, merchandise, the games, the anime. There's a lot that goes into Pokemon. But even though the game is coming out in like a year and a half, it's just so weird that they are just not really hyping it up at all. I mean, they kind of do post something about it every now and then, but like a new teaser or new trailer would not affect them in a negative way at all. If anything, it would make more people aware of the game. Like I'm sure there are many people out there that don't even know Winds and Waves is a Pokemon game, or is going to be a Pokemon game, I should say. I think it needs to happen, and I think he's right by saying like we shouldn't be crazy for wanting another trailer this year. Although it is very interesting that Poketopia DLC is underwater, and of course Winds and Waves, it is connected. And what's funny is Poketopia, the original thing, is rumored to actually just have been a feature in Winds and Waves. So like Poketopia would have been some sort of, I guess, like farm or something we would have within Winds and Waves, which is very interesting, and then it got branched out into its own unique game. And there are so many connections already with Poketopia and Gen 10. That's exactly why I think we could see a new Pokemon in Poketopia that's gonna be in Generation 10, or vice versa, whatever, you know, new Gen 10 Pokemon put into Poketopia. I think it's safe to say, like, after Winds and Waves comes out, they probably will be adding those Pokemon into Poketopia, or at least a good handful of them. Another post from Soul. He's like the goat of Twitter. Everything he posts, I just love. This is brilliant, but I want this. I mean, I can't blame him. I'm still extremely hyped for Poketopia though, but yeah, I do want to see at least another trailer of Winds and Waves at least. It's just crazy that now we're in a time where like even a spin-off Pokemon game is gonna cost us over $100 to get the full experience of it. Like Poketopia was $70, right? And then the DLC being 35 USD, so it's $105 total to play this game, not including tax and stuff, if you want the full experience. And same with ZA, Legend ZA, it was about $100 to get the full experience of the game. And you guys could just guess, it's probably gonna be the exact same way with Winds and Waves. So is it worth it? I would say for Poketopia, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm literally a Poketopia shill. I totally think it's worth it. I put so many hours in that game. I absolutely love it. A lot of people did have a lot of fun with Legend ZA. I feel like the DLC was not worth the price. It wasn't like a terrible DLC or anything. I just feel like the price was a little high for what it was. But yeah, let me know all your thoughts and all of your theories. If you were watching this far in the video, comment down below, chicken sandwich. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.